Hi everybody, it's Catherine. My name is Catherine Erdley. I am the founder of Future Retail Consulting and of the Female Founders in Retail, and I'm here for my weekly Facebook Live. Some of you may have seen me earlier this morning talking about the challenge. If you've not signed up yet, please do. It's a great challenge to understand how to create something to help grow your summer sales. But anyway, what am I here to talk about today? Okay, so today is all about learning to let it go. So what is that all about then? So what I just wanted to talk about is something that I see a lot coming up with people that I work with, people that I talk to, and that is about how do you stay motivated when something that you have worked on for a really long time isn't really reacting the way that you want, and you are, you're not seeing the sales come through. So without a doubt, I'm sure that most of you will agree that the most exciting part of a retail product-based business is the creative process, where you're either pulling together the perfect assortment or you are creating the perfect product. So we're all here because we love the product that we sell, that we're passionate about it, we believe in it. And it can be really, really difficult when the sales or the customer doesn't really react to the product in the way that we would like them to. I want to tell you a little bit more about this. As I mentioned the summer challenge briefly at the beginning, I'll tell you a bit more about that at the end. But for now, let's focus with how it is that you can stay positive and stay focused. What I wanted to just point out is that especially when it's a small business, especially when it's sometimes just you or you and another person, the products that you created can really feel like your babies. They feel like something that you have really put your heart and soul into, and it makes it even harder to cope when you maybe get a bit of a lackluster reaction, or you're just not seeing anything come through. So when this happens, do you lose motivation? So do you find that you suddenly just really doubt what you're doing? You really doubt kind of the motivation between you starting your business or working on your business? Do you find it a real blow when you're not seeing sales come through in the way that you want? And it can sometimes lead all the way into sort of a spiral of inadequacy where you kind of feel like, oh, what am I doing? Is this the right decision? Am I even on the right path? Am I doing something wrong? Am I not good enough? Is my product not good enough? And it can really be a tough point for people to pull themselves out of. And it's really important that we kind of recognize this, call it out, and talk about it a little bit, because it can really derail you. So you have goals for your business, you have things that you want to achieve, you have a focus, and you have a passion for your product, and it's really important that you don't allow these feelings of inadequacy and these feelings of disappointment to really derail you. So what is the alternative? Well, in order to be successful in our businesses, we have to get out of our own way. And what does that mean? Well, that means trying to keep as much as possible a really analytical head about what happens in your business. And I know for sure that that is easier said than done, because I've been in exactly the same situation myself. And the best way that I can describe it to you is that, of course, I've worked with people whose profession is to select and develop product, and those are the people that I've worked with for many, many, many years. And I just want to say to you all, if you're ever feeling discouraged because you have developed something that's not reacted the way that you want, or you have developed or you've selected product that you've just not got the reaction from your customer that you wanted to, then I just want to point out that there are people who spend their entire careers learning to select product, to develop product, and they still get it wrong. They are adamant that something is going to sell that doesn't, and they are convinced that something's going to be, kind of middle of the road, and then actually it's sold out. So you could work on it for a long time and you're still not going to get it right. But the difference between a buyer and an entrepreneur is that the buyer knows that it's part of their learning process. So they pick themselves up and then they carry on and they keep thinking about it. And I know 100% that is easier said than done when it's not your money on the line, when you're working within the confines of a big business, compared to when you've spent money and time and effort and your precious hours away from your family working on product. But what I'm trying to say here is that you have to develop that same mentality, because it's the only way forward. So it's important that you are able to look at your sales and you are able to try and distance yourself and try and let some of that go. So don't see it as a personal failure. Don't see it as something that is a sign that you're completely useless at this and you need to stop immediately. You have to see it as what it is, which is feedback. Anytime you're looking at sales reaction, you are getting feedback from your customer, and that is the point that you have to start with and you have to move forward. So if you have something that isn't selling, what can you do? Well, you can look at, you can check, is it that it's not being looked at all, or is it that it's being looked at but nobody's buying it? Now, if it's not being looked at all, then that's something to do with you having an understanding. Are you communicating strongly enough about that you've actually got this product? If people are looking at it but they're not buying, that's a really strong indicator that there's something about either the writing on your website or the photos, or if you're in store, that how you're communicating the features and benefits to your customer. And are you really being clear with them as to why they need to buy it? Are you giving them enough information for them to make that purchasing decision? So if there's nothing that jumps out when you look at that, take a look at products across your business that aren't selling and see if you can see a pattern. For example, I have been in a situation where we took the time to put up all of the dresses that weren't selling in a particular season, and we immediately saw that they were all one color, they were all green. And that is not always easy to see from the numbers. So if you've got a physical product or if you've got images of the products, it's always, always, always worth looking visually at what isn't selling compared to what is, and then seeing if you can see the pattern. You know, can you be objective about it? If you find it difficult to be objective, then find somebody who is one step removed from your business and who will be able to give you honest feedback. Part of your developing your skills as a business person, so you know, all of us are in this because we're passionate about what we do and we have businesses that we're really serious about and we want to grow. So part of what you have to grow as becoming a more effective business person is the ability to be objective and to read what the customers are telling you and to react to it, to identify what is working and what is not working, and to have a point of view as to why. And that is something that develops over time. None of us are born with the ability to really kind of understand what works and what doesn't work. It's something that we have to develop. But if every time we get any feedback we immediately kind of collapse in on ourselves and descend into that sort of feelings of inadequacy and stop that looking at our businesses more effectively and more objectively, then that just won't get us anywhere. So, and the ultimate test is to ask the customer. So if you've had people who visited but not purchased, can you contact them? Can you do a, you know, customers love to get asked for input. So if you've got different items, you know, put them up on your social media, ask people what they think of them, ask for feedback, have focus groups, talk to your customer, understand from them, from their words, from their mouth, what it is that your product either, you know, is missing, or is it a pricing issue or anything like that. That's going to be the best way for you to uncover what it is. So I just want to finish with this. Have a think about this. You know, is this something that you find in your business? Think about the last time you were disappointed in the way that something was selling. Is there a pattern? You know, can you take the sort of fear and the shame out of what has happened and look at it objectively? Can you see a pattern of what hasn't sold? Is there any learning that you can take from this to move forward? And it would be great if you want to pop into the Facebook group and just tell us a little bit about your experience with this and how you have found in terms of a time in your business, what are things that you learned from it. And that is it. I would love to hear your stories. Please do come in and share. As I said, the summer challenge, it's one of the final chances to sign up today. Do come along. join in. I'll put the link in again in this video, and it would be great to have you with us. And we're going to be talking again specifically about how you connect with your customer. And if you sign up, then you get the email replay, the emails with the video replays and the tasks for the day. So fantastic to be here with you today. I hope you have a fantastic Monday, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.